Fujifilm X-T5 versus the X-T50. And the real question is whether the X-T5's bigger body, extra controls, and stabilization actually earn the higher price, because both use the same 40-megapixel sensor, so your photos land in pretty much the same place. Paying more only makes sense if that difference shows up in how you actually shoot, and going cheaper just to save money can leave you wishing you'd gotten the fuller camera. By the end, you'll know which one fits you. Let's break it down. Body size is where this decision actually starts, because it changes whether the camera ends up in your bag or on your shelf. The X-T50 is the small one, light and slim enough that you genuinely stop noticing it on a strap all day. There's a buyer who stepped down from a full-frame Sony because of wrist arthritis, tried the X-T5, found it noticeably heavier, and switched to the X-T50 so they'd never hesitate to bring it along. That's the whole pitch for the smaller body right there. The X-T5, on the other hand, is bigger and gives you a deeper, more substantial grip. And if you have larger hands or shoot with chunkier zoom lenses, that extra to hold on to keeps things balanced instead of front-heavy. So for pure grab-and-go and travel, the X-T50 pulls ahead. For a camera that fills your hand and steadies a bigger lens, the X-T5 feels more complete. That comfort only matters if the camera is fast to drive once it's up to your eye. Here, the two go in different directions. The X-T5 uses the traditional Fuji setup, with dedicated dials for shutter speed and ISO right on top, so you change your core settings by feel without diving into a menu. And for people who like shooting fully manual, that's the layout that just clicks. The X-T50, for its part, drops the ISO dial and hands you a dedicated film simulation dial instead, so you flip between Fuji's color looks in a second. If you shoot JPEG and live off those film recipes, that's honestly a lot of fun. One thing worth flagging on the X-T50 though, and it comes up a lot, is that the electronic viewfinder is lower resolution and smaller than you'd expect at this price. So if you compose through the finder all day, the X-T5's larger, sharper EVF is the more comfortable window. Build is the next real gap. The X-T5 is weather sealed, so light rain, dust, and cold don't make you flinch. The X-T50 skips that, and owners are upfront that it limits when and where they'll shoot. If you're regularly outdoors in unpredictable conditions, that alone is a reason to step up. The X-T5 also gives you 2 card slots against the X-T50's 1, which barely registers for casual shooting but matters the moment your files are paid work you can't afford to lose. And on stamina, the X-T5 is rated around 740 shots per charge versus roughly 390 on the X-T50. So for long days, the bigger body simply lasts. On video, they're closer than you'd think. Both shoot up to 6.2K and 4K at 60 frames, 10-bit color. So for short clips and B-roll, either one delivers. The catch on both is the tilt-only screen, which is fine, held to your eye but awkward when you're filming yourself. So neither is a natural vlogging pick. Now the part everyone assumes decides it, the image. It doesn't really. Both are built on the same 40.2 megapixel sensor, so your stills land in essentially the same place, same detail, same gorgeous Fuji color. The X-T5 keeps one extra trick with its pixel shift mode for very high resolution captures, but that's a niche tool most people won't touch. Just know that all those megapixels cut both ways, because the big files can nudge you into a heavier editing and storage workflow no matter which body you pick. So where does the money actually go? The X-T50 is the cheaper of the two, and for that, you're getting the same sensor and color in the most portable Fuji body, with the film dial as the fun bonus. What you give up is the weather sealing, the second card slot, the bigger battery, and the nicer viewfinder. The X-T5 costs more, and that extra is buying you the pro handling, the sealed build, the dual slots, the longer-lasting battery, and the finder you'll enjoy looking through for years. There's a buyer who put it plainly, that their real hesitation wasn't the smaller camera itself, but the price, because the gap between the two wasn't as wide as they expected once they added it up. That's the honest thing to weigh here. If the price difference near you is small, the X-T5's extra hardware starts earning its keep. If it's wide, the X-T50 gets a lot easier to justify. Here's the call, and it comes down to how much the price gap near you really is. For most people shopping this pair, I'd take the X-T50. Same sensor, same Fuji color and a body you'll actually carry, and it costs less. So it's the smarter buy unless you have a real reason to spend up. That reason is the weather sealing. If you shoot outdoors in rain, dust, or cold, or you need a camera you trust for paid work, the X-T5 earns the extra with its sealed build, dual card slots, and battery that lasts nearly twice as long. And if you have bigger hands or run chunky zooms all day, that deeper grip makes it the one that fits. And you, which one would you pick? Let me know in the comments. I'll drop both in the description.